Wow, this is the 4th time I've tried this video. I've been trying to do the video so it's the better quality camera facing me, but I just can't work out being able to do it because I can't see anything, because obviously I've got nobody else at the other side to sort of say is it in the right position and things like this. So we're going with this. So the only problem being, as I do find this side, it's better quality than my old camera was, but it's still not that good, but at least I can see what I'm actually doing. So as you can see, we have some little pirate hats here. It is our hashtag Dolls Gone Goth Pirate challenge, so there's going to be lots of other people doing it, so please look out for that hashtag and see what they're doing. It's not all about smart dolls, it's about any doll at all, whether it be handmade doll, a bought doll, you've made the outfit, you haven't made the outfit, it doesn't matter. These are all videos people showcasing their dolls within that theme, so we've popped a pirate theme on there. Now this is in sort of, well, the people who organised it, should I say, are Jay from J Dolls UK and Mana from Dolls Rescued. Now again, pop onto their channels, they're fabulous, and if there's any updates, because there's other challenges coming up, anybody can join the challenge, anybody, just hashtag it, and then people can find you on YouTube within that sort of album, for want of a better word. So if you want to join in, pop over their channels, there's some more coming up, there's some exciting ones coming up actually, but this has been the Dolls Gone Goth general. There's been a few different ones. If you've not seen them, just pop in Dolls Gone Goth. There's just Dolls Gone Goth, then there is Dolls Gone Goth, I've gone blank, Pirates, obviously. What was my last one? She's up there, it's Dolls Gone Goth Wedding. I also did a smart doll for that one, but as I say, it doesn't have to be a smart doll. In fact, I'm considering going down to one of my tiny dolls for the next one, because the next one is Dolls Gone Goth and it is a witch theme. So because obviously we've got Halloween coming up, they're usually around the 16th of each month for this particular set of challenges, but obviously there's different dates for different ones, so you do need to check out both Jay's and Mana's channels, but there are also others that do these various challenges, so have a look around. It's a great community, you really need to get part of it if you are a doll collector, even if it's just to watch. It's a bit of fun, and that is what it is about. As I say, I have absolutely no idea where this is working. I think it's all right. I do seem to have got a lot of light coming from this side. The sun's decided to come out now, which I'm pleased about, because I need to get some photos done of this girl, and the weather's been terrible, so I've not been able to take her out. So this is what it is about. I will get my smart doll. This is my semi-real smart doll. Let me put my hat on a little bit straighter. I think it's gone forward. So this is Bree. And Bree's a very pretty doll. Absolutely love her. They do semi-real and they do anime style dolls. I didn't think I'd go for a semi-real, but when I did, because I couldn't get one of the others, I'm so glad I did. Absolutely love this doll. She's great to photograph and things like that. So going on to her pirate outfit, as I say, you don't have to have handmade a pirate outfit. It could be your doll's already got one, you've bought one like that. But I decided I was going to make one because I didn't have one anyway. So we're going to start from the bottom here. The boots I already had, but I created these little turnovers. I'll show you that when we go top down. You get a bit more detail. Leggings. They're just some of my old leggings. I always keep, when they've worn out, you know, they can go a bit sort of thin and things like that. I chop the bottom part of the legs off and keep that jersey because it is great to make doll leggings and accessories like that. It's just scrap material, which I've used for both of these. I did make this but again, it's just a little bit of sheeting I had actually. It's cream sheeting. Just added some detail, and the little corset I made. Now I've just dropped something. I got the idea from the corset from a YouTube channel called Lomi's Playground, because I wasn't 100% sure. I have changed it because obviously that was for a different doll. So I just wanted to get the idea of how I was looking at for shape, and it's a great channel by the way, have a look. So that is what I did there, a little necklace. Obviously I'm known for my crochet, so she has her crochet pirate hat. I had to make something crochet, and she also got a little crochet eye patch, which I think is a little bit large for her face, but it's okay. This one's driving me mad because it's falling off. Pop it forward like that. It looks even stranger, don't I? It's because I've got a fringe, it doesn't really work, does it? And also because of my glasses being on, but I thought I'd just enter into the spirit of the pirate theme. She also has with her, this is what she's just dropped, she has a little map, which we're going to have a closer look at as also when we go top down, because we're going on a treasure hunt later and we are hoping to find some treasure. So I will be doing some photos to show you what we actually achieved as well. So if you do follow me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, you will see the photos on there. So I am really, really pleased with it. It all came together perfectly. Again, just using scraps of fabric. The sewing machine came out. It doesn't happen very often because I sort of fight with it a bit. It's not my thing, but it actually worked, so I'm quite pleased with that. The other thing she had is this fabulous accessory of a pair of earrings, which Smartdolls don't have pierced ears, so you can't, well, you can pierce them. I don't want to risk piercing them because I don't want to damage them, but these are from Kit and Kat. I will pop a link in below if you do have a Smartdoll and wanting to have piercings, because you can also do like belly button piercings and things like that. They're magnetic. It's great. You can pop the magnet inside the doll and you just slot the earring on and it's there without any damage at all, which is brilliant. So I think that was a nice finishing touch there. And obviously I had some of these ostrich feathers, which I've got here because my son is a cosplayer, so we do make a lot of outfits for him. That is when the sewing machine has to come out. Unfortunately, I can't crochet his cosplay outfits, but you know, things like accessories and braids and things we've always got in the house, like pleather and things. So I was lucky to have bits like that. But as I say, most of it I've just recycled, which I will go through and explain to you, and hopefully if you fancy having a go, you can do it. For the actual hat, I'm going to be popping a tutorial on very, very soon. Probably Friday. I think it's going to be up Friday because it's actually not Dolls Gone Goth Pirate Day today, it's the day before, but I'm going to upload it on the actual day because I'm at the hospital tomorrow. After my fall on my knee, it looks like I might have to have something sorted. I don't know yet. They just phoned me up and said I had to go to the knee clinic, so I'm waiting to see, but it'll be all right, I'm sure it will. So the video for this will be on the right day, it's just that I'm videoing it the day before. So the hat will be on Friday, I think. I think I'll do it that way around. I've really got to catch up with some of my crochet tutorials. I've got Christmas ones and all sorts that I'm really behind on. But we'll get there. We will get there. So I'm going to go top down now so you can have a better look at our beautiful girl here. Let's have a look. There she is. Oh, a little parrot's fallen over. This is a little felt parrot that I made years ago. So I just thought I'd add a little bit of a detail there. It did actually have a brooch back on it. I should have left it on because then I could have just sort of pinned it to a blouse like that. But I cut it off for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to go top down, and I'm going to show you Bree in more details, so I will see you in a moment. I'm back with Bree to have a closer look at what I actually did here. I think I might actually start from the feet up. So we have a few bits and bobs there, of course, so let's shuffle along. Now, as I mentioned, these are just a pair of boots I had, so I'm going to take them off and show you all I did. There's nothing complicated, a hat's just fallen off. So that is the boot I had, which is a nice enough boot, but I wanted it to look a little bit more piratey. So all I did, I've taken 2 pieces of pleather, and nothing fancy. All I've done is stitch around the edge. Might need to trim off afterwards. Make sure it's deep enough here to tuck in the boot, and basically I tucked it in the boot. When it wraps over at the back like this, it's hard to do it when it's not on her leg. I suppose I ought to do it on her leg to show you a bit better. So basically you just push it down far enough and turn it back. I'm going to have to do it on her leg, aren't I? It's not going to hold. Right, let's turn it over, missus, because it's easier to pop it on in position from the back. So you should have some socks on, really, because you do have to be careful with black. So again, I'm just popping this inside the boot around her leg, like thus. Can you see a little wrap over there? And then fasten the boot. Now, I've left it long for a reason because I want to turn it back over now. Because if you wanted to sort of just make boot extenders, you can sort of leave it like that. But ideally, it needs to go in a bit further. And then I just turned it back. And that's it. That is a plain boot to a pirate boot. That is how simple that was. Obviously, you might have different fabrics that you could use. As I mentioned before, we just happen to have pleather because we do cosplay stuff as well. So that is why the pleather was about. So that was handy. But it's just a scrap of pleather. Perhaps there's an old piece of clothing you don't want anymore. That's what I also do. Hence with the leggings. That's why I'd mentioned these are a pair of my old leggings that I crop the legs off at the bottom. So I always leave them long enough because I know there's a chance it could be a Smartdoll one. So long enough throw away the other part, and then I can make some leggings for the doll. I'm not brilliant with the sewing machine. Look at this, I've got paint on my hands. I've been painting a little witches scene at the moment, so I've got paint everywhere, then I forget I've got paint on me and go off and do something else, which is what I've done. So they're basically very simple. There are lots of legging patterns out there for various different dolls to pop on, and quite a lot of them are free as well. I basically drew around some I'd already got. That is how I did them. I am not a seamstress. I'm not going to try and tell people how to make things like that, because it's just not what I do, and I'm not good enough to be able to do that either. So we're going to shuffle her down now. Her head's got pushed over, bless her. Move over there, missus. So this sash, this is literally just a scrap of fabric. I've not even edged it, because I was thinking, well, if she's a pirate, some of her clothes might actually be a bit raggy. That's my excuse. So I just cut it. I just cut a long strip to wrap around her waist, and I also cut a nice big square to make this little bandana sort of style here. Now, as I say, I did make this little thing. I actually worked out the pattern from a full-size human one. I watched somebody on YouTube who was making people ones, because I had a rough idea, but I couldn't work out the neckline, and I found that pattern and I sort of watched it, and then I thought, yes, I know what she's doing, so then I created my own from there. This is a bit of old sheeting. Again, that's another thing I will keep. Sometimes we've bought pillowcases even if we wanted a small piece of cotton, because, you know, sometimes that's a cheap way of getting some fabric. So this is all this is. And the little bit of sort of broderie anglais lace here I bought from my friend's craft shop, and I just think it just sort of, it finishes it off nicely. The top obviously is then, it's just a square top. There's nothing, no shaping to it at all, but then obviously the corset does hold it in place. It's quite hard to turn over. You can see sort of it's narrower at the back. Smart dolls have a real curve on their lower back, a really big curve. I mean, the leggings obviously have just gone up because I've not hemmed them either. Terrible. Like I say, I'm not a sewer. I sew what I can, but I'm not really a sewer. I don't mind making cosplay things and that, but you know, I wouldn't do it beyond that. Certainly not sort of say I could do it to teach anybody. So it's just a basic little top that pulled down, and then the corset that actually pulls it in. Again, spare bit of pleather I've got. We have a little bit of felt I've stuck on, just glued on the inside, and then these little eyelets. Unfortunately, a couple of the eyelets aren't quite right, because I've got these punches for eyelets, I didn't have one for this size, and I don't know why. I can't find them, so it has actually distorted my little sort of eyelets a bit, which I was a bit cross with. But apart from that, I think it worked quite well. And then just again a little bit of ribbon just to finish it off, give it a little bit of a shine there. Going back to the jewellery, now this is just a person's ring. Charity shops are great for these, picking up people's rings. That sounds really silly, doesn't it? They just, you can pay 50p, 20p, things like that. They're not usually expensive. The actual necklace she's got, again, a tiny bit of ribbon, and this was just a little charm, a little seahorse charm that I had. So I just put a bit of ribbon on it and tied it round. Now I'm going to take her eye patch off, because this is going to sort of get difficult to sort of show. Basically, again, scrap piece of felt would have done. It's just a crochet triangle. That's all I've done, and a little bit of string to sort of tie it on. I'm going to have to tidy her up for photos now. She's all over the place. Now, I did mention the earrings, so I do want to show you these. Now, I'll hold her a little bit closer. In fact, shall we come in a little bit closer now? So excuse the change in the camera. Ta-da! There we are. So you can see more paint on my hands now. Now, these are the earrings I referred to. Now, these are designed for Smartdoll. Look how easy that come off. Now, these are from, as I say, Kit and Kat. And because she's got a magnet, ta-da, the earring's in place. It's that easy. Obviously, you've got to be careful if you're taking them out and about, because I'm going to have to be careful later with her, because I don't want to lose them. But they are great for things like that. It's a great shop, full stop. So I'll pop a link on for Kit and Kat as well, so you can see if you happen to have a doll that would perhaps need sort of magnetic earring. She's all tangled, bless her. You're all tangled. Right, we're going to get on to my hat, because I'm proud of my hat. Here is our little crocheted hat. Now, I popped that at the back. My husband says, why have you put it at the back? It should be at the side here with the feather. Perhaps so. I don't know. But you can put it where you want. I'd put 3 on if I want. It's up to you. It's a complete design choice. Now, I am going to be doing the tutorial for this, so hopefully you will see this by Friday. I've got everything sat there ready. I'm actually going to make it in a burgundy, though, because to film with black, yarn, especially a cotton, is really hard for you guys to see. It's the perfect colour, of course it is, but for actual filming it is hard for you to see, especially as it's all in double crochets rather than larger stitches. And this is just a little bit of braid that I stitched on after. This is such an easy hat to make, seriously. So if you want to make a pirate hat, we will do that on Friday. So it obviously just slots on there like that. And her hair, again, just a bit of ribbon, made a little plait just to give her a little bit of piratey detail there. Her hair, as much as their hair is absolutely gorgeous because it's all long, it's an absolute nightmare. So as I said, before I do the photos, I've got to sort of redress her, reposition her. I'll have to rebrush her hair through and position that. But they are well worth it. Absolutely love them so much. There's your eye patch there, missus. So that was my little parrot. That's just, like I said, a little felt thing I made a few years ago. So just for a bit of fun. And this is where we're going today. Now, to make a little map, basically I found some images on Google and found some. I mean, there's some that are free on there, so you don't need to worry about pinching people's things. There are free images to download. So that is just a bit of yarn. That is the colour yarn I'm going to be doing the hat in, actually. And here is our map. Ta-da! What are we going to find this afternoon, Bree? I don't know. Now, this is the bit I printed off, and it was already this sort of like roughish looking thing. And because the back was just plain paper, I decided I needed to make it darker, obviously. So this was just done with sort of a teaspoon of coffee and a small amount of water, sort of to mix it up. And then I just rubbed it on with a piece of fabric. And then allowed some of these edges to go a bit rough because they went a bit soggy as I was putting it on. And first of all, I'm like, oh no. But I think it gives it that edge, actually, sort of to put in sort of the details, because a pirate map wouldn't be neat, would it? It would be a bit tatty and rough and stains and things like that. So I'm quite pleased how that came out. So that was just printed off the computer and then me sort of tidying it up. Obviously these aren't things I would be selling, so it's not so bad if you do take images. This is just purely for this. And then obviously just wrapped it round with a piece of yarn that's not going to wrap round now. You know, you get the idea though. There you are. And then I will tie that. So I'm going to take some photos later, and we have actually got some treasure. Now, don't look, Bree, don't look, Bree. We found this in the cellar. We were sorting some things out. This little case here. It had sweets in originally. These aren't the sweets that have been in it since then. But we thought that'd be great for some photos to actually do. And I bought some chocolate coins because, yes, our supermarkets have Christmas in. So we've got some chocolate coins. So I'm going to do some photos for that later. So that'll be quite good. Now, I'm going to bring the camera out. I wish you could do it slowly, but you can't. You sort of either or. So I'm going to click on it again. There we are. So she's back out again now. So this is just tied on. So I'm going to have to tidy her up properly before I take her out. But it's not really even a knot. It's just sort of a wrap over. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I think I'm out. No, I'm not. It's always one of them things. You think you're going to sneeze, but if you say you're going to sneeze, you don't usually sneeze. If that makes any sense. I'm in one of them don't make a lot of sense days, I think. So there we go for the sash. And as I say, I believe that you can get away with that being a little bit rough. But all in all, this is my pirate girl. I am really pleased with that. I didn't think it was going to work at first because I'm like dreading getting the sewing machine out, for example. But it did, and yay, I'm really pleased with myself. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I can't wait to see everybody else's. Don't forget to pop it in on YouTube. If you put in hashtags, oh dear, it's one of them days, isn't it? Hashtag Dolls Gone Goth Pirate. Do it slower. I will put the hashtag below so you can actually see it as well. And that will all be going up approximately on the 16th. I know some of us might be slightly before, some slightly after, but it is a great challenge. Hope to see you all there. Please like, subscribe and share if you enjoy my videos. Pop a comment on there. I'd love to hear some comments for some ideas and things like that. Pop over to the other guys' channels as well because you will love them. And I will see you all very soon because I'm going to now be preparing for my next challenge. And I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.